championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Braley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If your lawn sprinkler controller is more than 5 years old, give us a shout today. We'll come out and take a look, give you a evaluation, get you set up for a new Wi-Fi enabled smart controller. We can monitor this from our office for you. Give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look. Let's upgrade your controller. It'll save you water. We can save you up to about, we're averaging 47 to 51% with our clients. Feedback we're hearing from us. So give us a shout today. We're glad to come out and take a peek. Talk to you soon. Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If you have an outdoor project that we could help you with, we have 0% financing for a year. So if you have a project, you won't be using your money, why not use our money? It doesn't cost you anything. Now's the time to be thinking about that project you always wanted to get done. It might be a lawn sprinkler, might be outdoor lighting, might be drainage, and or maybe outdoor holiday lighting that you need help with. Now's the time to be thinking about that. Give us a call at the office, 410-721-2342, or hit the link below to find out more about TLC's financing options.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Welcome, everyone, to the NASRA 360 Network broadcast of the TLC Incorporated 250 at Pocono. We are at the Tricky Triangle tonight. Expecting some good racing. They will be driving in the Gen 6 cars tonight. just in case you haven't heard or don't know, this new Cup Series that NASRA 360 has going on. They rotate the cars every week from the Gen 6 tonight. Next week should be the Gen 4. The week after that should be the next gen. So 3 different cars, dude.
Yes, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Absolutely. It's exciting for series to do that. I don't know too many series actually across the board internationally that we do that, so that's absolutely fantastic. Some exciting news coming to iRacing, of course, with some new plant updates that are happening. Obviously, if you are a road course man, some of the a whole gaggle of new cars, including some of the V8 supercars. But also tyre model, they're working on some new tyre model planning there. So if you're going to kick up some marbles and things like that onto the track, and also the wear and tear on your tyres, because I believe at the moment, Steve, it's only like if you start chewing through your tyres, the temperature goes through the roof, but not actually degradation, which is something that they're planning on introducing. Tyre deg.
Right, yeah, especially when you run over gravel, they're going to be putting, I don't remember exactly what they called it, but kind of like the marbles on the track that builds up from the tires. Well, if you go into the sand pits or the gravel, that'll now be kicked up onto the track and affect your driving as well.
That will affect, obviously, some of the road courses are going to be doing this evening a little bit more than the ovals. But here is our current schedule there, my friend. So you can see, Stevie, we've done, we're back to the next gens. So Matt Holmes was the lucky winner of Kansas. Now we're at Tricky Triangle of Pocono. Of course, then we're off to Charlotte, Indianapolis, Richmond, Talladega, and Atlanta. Of course, we go back to Gen 4s, then next gens, Gen 6s, Gen 4s, next gens again, repeating in that sequence of events. And on top of it, my friend, here is your current points championship standings.
And as a reminder, we are only in the 5th week of this new series, so still got a long ways to go before we finally find out who will actually be in the playoffs by points or by wins. But as you can see, we have 4 different drivers already. Michael Larch is locked in. Matt Holmes, Greg Vielle, and Jeff Merck are all locked into the playoffs now. Bo Tiffany leads in the points for those that are outside of the winner's circle that don't have a padlock. And I failed to mention at the beginning of the broadcast, I'm Steve Bartlett. Wesley Outland will be joining us shortly, and then we have Dean Hopton in the production booth. Dean.
Yes, sir. We got you up here, my friend, as well too. You can have a look at the Viking, Steve Bartlett. Of course, Wesley Outland will be joining us, the man from North Carolina. He's usually committed to doing some regular commentary, and I'll be pushing all the buttons behind the scenes. Drivers are just wrapping up their laps, their qualifying laps. Now, we'll give you the race details. There, my friend, we got stage break at stage 25, but then we got another stage break at 55. But we'll be staying green on that one for total laps of 100, 4 sets of tires, 100% fuel capacity, 3 green, white checker attempts if required. We're going to be in the midday sun of racing. Now, Stevie, I know you're a little race analysis of tire strategy. How far do you think they're going to get on the gas, the tank, and tires?
Well, we won't have to worry too much about green flag pit stops till around lap 90, 95, maybe sooner, depending how soon these guys want to go in on their pit strategy. They will be able to make it the end of stage 1 and the end of stage 2. End of stage 2 is staying green, so I figure right around 65, 70, somewhere in there. That should get them through it.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. I believe Jeff Merck's back as well after his little vacation that he has. Jeff Merck, as you can see, has already got a padlock locked next to his name there. But because he's had to miss a week or so, he hasn't got the points necessarily tallied up, but it doesn't really matter, does it? You got that padlock next to your name. That's just knowing that you're going to be going into the playoffs, so you can afford to miss a couple of races in between then. But then at the same time, too, you're not getting those practice in, are you? There, Steve, because remember, we've got the different classes of cars each week. So if you may not be necessarily absolutely fantastic on all of them, you might be a bit quicker on your other gens, and so forth and so forth.
Yeah, for myself, I'm better at the next gen and the Gen 4 I really do not like that Gen 6. For whatever reason, I can't keep it on the track. But so, as mentioned earlier, we are in the Gen 6 tonight at Pocono. Next week, Charlotte will be the Gen 4, and Indianapolis in the next gen here in 3 weeks.
Indeed.
Tricky Triangle. The reason they call it the Tricky Triangle is that every corner is different. It even has slight uphill and downhill. Coming out of turn 1, you go uphill a little bit, and then going into turn 3 to the front stretch goes downhill, and the front stretch is the longest front stretch in NASCAR oval racing, about 3,300 feet.
Wow. You learn something new every day. Welcome everybody in the chat too. Jamie is boom boom. Just waiting for the drivers to finish up they have finished up the qualifying. See if we can actually go over the grid for you in a second. We can't yet, Stevie, because they're just still a little bit of a warm-up, but that gives us a bit of a chance to spy in on some of the drivers at the moment. I think I just show you there's Jeff Merck. G'day, there he is. Pookie, he's back. He's getting all hydrated up too. He's got his racing gloves on. He's all ready to go. He's sitting there going, come on, what's on with this can? That's the lovely, amazing Jeff Merck. And we got Ryan Johnson as well. And there you go. So you get to see Ryan proper, because usually he's always got his VR headset on, doesn't he? And because that's how Mr. Ryan Johnson tends to drive here this evening. They're the two drivers that supplied us with the cameras. So we'll get to see them navigating their way around the Tricky Triangle when they finish up, getting ready to race. I think, no doubt, race control probably have a bit of a chin wagging to the drivers at the moment there, just to let them know, keep it clean, at least to the race starts, isn't it, mate? Or race restarts, because you don't want to be getting into massive wrecks early.
Yeah, I was in the broadcast booth for one other Pocono race, and if I remember right, it was a pretty clean race. We had a couple of cautions. I mean, you're going to have them, but overall, I think it was pretty much kept to a minimum. A lot of clean racing, a lot of hard racing, and it was really fun.
Let's go number 19. You've got this. The number 19 out on the track will be Matthew Garnett. So we'll see if that. There you are. There's your getting dressed up as a Viking there. Are you there for Christmas there, Steve? I think Wesley was talking about that yesterday. Wesley should be joining us again soon. Can't show you anything at the moment because there's no cars on track. We do have a warm-up session, but we don't have anybody on track. So
can we take a look at the weather, track temperature?
Oh, absolutely. Good idea. Thank you very much for that. I'll show that.
So as you see, the current track temperature is 77 degrees. Not bad. Last time we were here is over 100. Little bit of wind. And the air temperature right now is at 68 degrees at the virtual Pocono Raceway.
Absolutely. So it's not bad today. Well, that wind's not going to do too much, isn't it? Running about 1 mile per hour, 77-degree track temperature. It's about midday for the race, 17 minutes past midday, actually. Let's go check it on Bob. Down there, of course, TLC, one of our sponsors, and they are sponsoring the event this evening. Bob, let's have a look. Back to you soon.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
In a distant kingdom, in a magical realm, there lived people who faced dreadful drainage problems on their lawns. For many years, they suffered from puddles and mud in their yards. Until one day, the saviors from TLC Company appeared with their magical shovels and lifted the wet curse from the kingdom's residents. Forget about puddles and mud. With us, your yard will become a genuine fairy tale nook. Call us right now, and let's transform your drainage concerns into a magical adventure. TLC, where every home becomes a fairy tale.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, Bob Carr with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. We'll talk to you soon.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Hi, welcome back to Pocono. We are still waiting for everybody to line up, and we'll go over your race positions. Everybody starting. In row one, on the inside, Jonathan Cofield has the pole in that number 58. Jeff Burke on his outside in the 60. In row two, Keith Bradley on the inside in the number 29. Bo Tiffany on the outside in car number 35. In row three, Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer. He's in fifth and in the 57 car. And Ryan Johnson in sixth on the outside in that 80. In row four, Matthew Garrett inside in the 19. Matt Holmes on his outside in the 5. In row five, Brian Chu in the 51. Andrew Alzewski in the 11 on his outside. In row 6, we have Jackson Wade in the 96, and on his outside, Brandon Schumann in the 52. In row 7, Cody Knott in the 26, Dean Gagliano in the 18. In row 8, Justin Clapper on the inside in 63. Greg Vielle on the outside in number 56. And row 9 is Kristen Bruce in the 23. Jeffrey Johnson in the 33, row 10. Robert Walton in the 66, Buzzy Mongold in the 97. And to round out the rest of the drivers, we have in the 11th spot, Chase Albright. And then Robert Richards in row 12 is, I missed it, row 12.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Row 12 is Bobby Grant, Tony Burleson. And row 13, Joshua Corner, Shane Trotter. In row 14, Nicholas Tomlinson and Brandon Bullock. And in 30th and 31st is Jonathan Barker and Damian Neeson to round out the top 10. Good evening, Wes. Welcome.
I hope you guys can hear me. I had some mic issues. I was trying to reset it. I hope everybody can hear me okay. So
we have you.
Can you hear me? Pip, pip, cheerio. Dean.
Yes,
Steven?
sir. We got you clear.
Yes,
Loud,
sir.
loud and clear there,
There
Wesley.
we are. There we go. Hope everybody's doing well. Wednesday night NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated and Premier Racing Setups. And tonight is the TLC Incorporated 250. Again, getting ready to go at Pocono Raceway. Tricky Triangle. What turn 4? 2.5 miles. And this is going to be a fun 100-lapper, I think, as we get ready to get the one-to-go indication here this time by, Stephen.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this track before you got on. It has the longest front stretch out of all the NASCAR oval tracks of just right around 3,400 feet. I was about 100 feet short the last time, but 3,400 feet.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We'll give you the dimensions. I was trying to say diameters. The dimensions of what is this NASRA Cup Series here in just a moment as these guys get into position here. The NASRA Cup ready to roll again. Drivers are having their preliminary laps. 2.5 miles really liked this racetrack. I mean, you want to talk about high speeds. You want to talk about a very exciting place where we can literally see crazy racing, NASRA chaos, as you call it, Stephen, or we can see good green flag runs. Dean, if you want to, go back down again. Let's show the race analysis for tonight's TLC Incorporated 250. There it is. I know you were trying to show it to us. Stage 1, occupying the Gen 6 car. We'll go to lap 25. We'll stay green flag and move into stage number 2. At the end of that second stage, presented by Glass Mechanic, I want to remind you, caution at the end of stage 1, green flag at the end of stage 2, unless a generic caution happens on its own. And then they have, of course, 45 laps to the checkered flag, ready to settle this one here. So, stages 1, 2, 3 on the line, 4 total sets of tires. We'll be keeping an eye on all that and more as we get ready to roll. The pace car is getting ready to drop onto pit lane. The NASRA Cup Series ready to roll here as they work into the TLC restart zone for the initial start. We're going green, and the TLC 250 is underway.
And we got the white car back there. Not sure who it is. He might get a penalty as he broke away, got out of line. That is one of the rules with NASRA. You must stay in line till you cross the start-finish line. Right now we got Jeff Merck putting his nose out there for the lead over Jonathan Cofield, Keith Bradley right behind Merck, and Bo Tiffany behind Jonathan Cofield as we come into the turn 2.
See how these guys work their way into the corner on the opening lap. Right now, give it, of course, to, well, kind of watching them work off the turn here. Still a long way to go, obviously. We're on the opening lap of this race as you see them thundering off the corner. Look at Jeff Merck as we got one bouncing off the wall. Almost makes everybody scamper behind them. Somehow they do stay in line. We still stay green. They're working back at the corner on lap number 1.
So Michael Larch got the pass-through penalty for getting out of line on that restart. He's doing his pass-through penalty right now. Luckily, he doesn't have to stop. He just has to drive through the pit lane. Again, we've got Jeff Merck out there in the lead, controlling the field. Jonathan Cofield, Keith Bradley, Bo Tiffany, Ryan Johnson is your top 5 as they, again, come into turn 2.
Underway as these guys work their way back into the corner. Jeff Merck, Cofield, Bradley, right there, 1, 2, and 3. Another lap working off the corner. Man, what a solid run for these guys as well, too. I mean, just looking at them, how they're negotiating around the racetrack, making good laps, making good time. Just 5 miles already into it. You could really, really see long green flag runs here at Pocono, no doubt. And remember, the track dimensions, these tracks are the straightaways. The corners, my apologies, the corners are similar to 3 different racing facilities, and obviously we'll mention that here in a minute as I'm trying to work on getting my track dimensions information. Steve in front of me is right now Merck in the lead, NASRA Cup Truck Series champion right now in the fray. Cofield, Alabama, Bradley, Indiana, only 2-time Cup Truck champion right there behind him as they work off 4. Here comes now Bo Tiffany on the bottom in 3.
And the draft in this race does have a tendency to work, especially on that front stretch coming out of turn 1 onto that second straightaway. Draft plays a little bit there, but coming out of turn 2 towards turn 3, not much of a draft there, but they do get quite a bit of draft on that front stretch as we watch these guys come out of turn 2. Jeff Merck, Jonathan Cofield, we got, see if we can find out who this is on the outside, battling for 4th or 5th. Looks like either Bo Tiffany, Matt Holmes, or Ryan Johnson.
Look at the 5. There's Holmes, so close last week to possibly going to victory lane. What a crazy race that was. Is right now we also look at the TLC Incorporated entry. There's, of course, Johnson, Ryan Johnson in the number 80 machine. Now he's in that ride. At one time, I thought Joshua Suss occupied that car, but now Ryan Johnson the tiny horse out of Salem, Wisconsin, now operating that TLC colors of the number 80. He might be driving for Joshua Suss tonight, maybe, Steven. That might be what's going on.
Yeah, I would say it's either that or on the same team, and he's just driving that car for this series. I don't recall if Suss was driving last week or not.
Yeah, Joshua Suss was in the number 80 car for the TLC team. Yes, sir. Yep, he was.
Substitute driver for that 80 car tonight.
Yeah, I spoke to Joshua Suss, actually. He said he'll be on Friday, so there is no Joshua Suss this evening. So,
Gotcha.
Unfortunately. Ooh, there's that fence coming a little bit tricky in the background there, gentlemen.
Watching all of them work their way again. No, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow night, we've got coverage of the Go Locker Racing Arca Thunder. Don't forget NASRA, Monday through Friday, specials as well. We'll give you details on the, of course, Thanksgiving 350 event in Talladega. Monday night, NASRA DSR Electric. Last night, and of course, Tuesday night, NASRA Blanchard's Towing. Tonight, NASRA Cup Series. Tomorrow night, Go Locker Racing Arca Thunder will be, of course, at Kentucky Speedway. And then, of course, Friday night, where it all started, the NASRA Cops. That's the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Hit that subscribe and like. Live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, every Monday through Friday. Steven on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Now, in your time zone, it would be 6 p.m. Pacific.
Yep, 6 p.m. on the Pacific side, except Thursdays. Now, remember, Thursday, the GLR ARCA Series is an hour early.
That's right. So tomorrow night, we'll be on the air at 8 p.m. Eastern, so it'll be, 5 Central for you.
Correct.
There you go. I'm not a fan of military time, but I do know my time zones.
1,700 hours Pacific time.
Hey, Dean, checking in with you, my friend, right now. Pretty quiet races right now. Jeff Merck, our buddy out of Florida, is leading the way in that number 60 Chevrolet.
There he is. Yeah, because some concentration on his mouth.
Look at this. Look, I love it. That's why I want you to show him on camera.
Yep. That's,
I love it, man. Look at this.
Mama Merck, of course, out there getting the job done. He's just back from his holidays, right, too, because he had to go on a vacation. But he's under pressure right now from Caulfield.
Going home from a cruise.
Stephen, do you make faces like that? Look it going. Do you make faces like that going around the track when you're iRacing?
No, I don't. We just watched Jonathan Caulfield take the lead from Jeff Merck as they're getting ready to turn into turn 2. This track coming out of 1 into 2 has got a little bit of an uphill, and then just before turn 2 it starts going downhill. So this track varies in elevation. The turns are tricky because they're all different, and that's the reasons why they call it the Tricky Triangle.
A tricky triangle indeed. And right now, what turn 4? They thunder off that corner with Caulfield up in front. Look at that, Caulfield. Merck fell back to third, and you saw his facial expressions to describe what happened when he got drop kicked back to the third spot.
Parker in the 44 heading into the pits for some reason.
It's like, oh, no, not me. There's Ryan Johnson. You know what's so cool, though, Dean, is all of the different VR headsets or the rigs or different things that they use to, race around the track. I love it.
Oh, it's if you try it too, just in regular, just other gaming and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. As I was trying my brothers out there and just navigating yourself around kind of like a Windows interface and all that, and watching movies and stuff like that as well. Pretty cool. If there's stuff out there dedicated for 3D, and there is racing. So just racing, but gaming as well too. As you can still see a couple of tank slappers in those fence and those cars in the background. I think it was also the red and white machine. It could have been Matthew. A little bit further up from that, actually. Out of it at the tank slapper, gentlemen. That's the number 57. That was that's Jacob Reed. That's the redneck.
This turn 3 is the tightest turning of the 3 corners, and yeah, we do get a lot of guys that like to slap that wall when they come out of turn 3 heading down the front stretch.
Guys, I appreciate, again, everybody being here with us. Thank you so much. Again, right now, we're
3 wide.
keeping an eye of all of this great action going on. And we're 3 wide, as our buddy just mentioned. Heck yeah, man. What a show.
Come on, Jacob. Make it 4 wide. Get your nose in there, son. Hey, he's not going to do it, gentlemen. He's not going to do it. He's going to back off because he realizes, hey, there's still 15, just shy of 14 to go for the end of stage break.
Looking at Keith Bradley in third, Jeff Merck in fourth, Jacob Reeves currently in fifth, and Bo Tiffany in sixth as they were coming out of turn 2 and into turn 3, going 3 and then double wide.
I want to send a big shout out to a buddy of mine in Fayetteville, Joseph Aaron Swan. He's watching the race and he's like, dude, iRacing and simulation and the graphics of today make it look like it's the real thing. Unbelievable. It might just be the technology that Dean has as well.
Getting better, gentlemen. And iRacing has some new updates too with the graphics they're working on, so I can't wait to see that. It's spectacular in some of the preview examples I've seen.
I'll be honest with you guys, and 1440 or 4K? I've watched races, Steven, that are in 4K Ultra HD on other, networks. And I think at one time Dean did it as well. And you literally think you're watching a real race with the simulation that they have today. It's unbelievable. Battle for the lead going on in 3 as well.
Yeah, during the COVID period, if you remember, the NASCAR drivers did some races on iRacing. And I had a friend come over in the middle of one of those that I was watching, and he says, I didn't know NASCAR was back racing. I said, well, yes and no.
We're always racing. It never stops, right? I mean, we take off for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we take off a week or two sometimes in between seasons, but other than that, yeah, we're here every week, every night, Monday through Friday. Watching this second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth cars chasing each other down the that third stretch. I don't know what you'd call it, but coming out of turn 3 right now, heading to the front stretch. Ryan Johnson still holds the lead, almost a quarter second ahead of Jonathan Cofield. Jeff Burt right behind him, followed by Keith Bradley and Bo Tiffany.
So it is Johnson in the lead, of course, as we mentioned, the driver of that number 80 machine. Right now, another lap on the board. By the way, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe as we are rocking and rolling, right? From all week long, Monday through Friday. This is the Wednesday show, the NASRA Cup Series. Big thanks, of course, to Mr. Carr and TLC Incorporated. Thank you also to Premier Racing Setups. They sponsor the NASRA Cup Series as right now we watch these guys work into the corner quick right now, working down lap 13 of 25, midway through in stage number 1 of the TLC Incorporated 250. And look at them like Indy cars, if you will, like Indy 500 style, open wheels, scissor their way, right? You ever heard of it? Snaking inside and outside around the racetrack before they carry that momentum back into the corner.
Jeff Merck battling, looks like Keith Bradley trying to get that third position back, trying to move back up towards the front. Still got Ryan Johnson out there in the lead, Jonathan Cofield right behind him. And now we have the 35 of Bo Tiffany trying to get past Keith Bradley as we come out of turn 2.
So Ryan Johnson now in the lead, driving normally what Joshua Suss would operate in his car. Cofield in second. Jeff Merck third. Keith Bradley fourth. Bo Tiffany the top 5. Then it's going to be Jacob Reeves. Hey, by the way, how about Jacob Reeves in the house? I thought he was going out of town. He's racing, and he's doing good.
Yeah, I think he said last night his trip got canceled, the one that they thought they were going to go to, or they're leaving later or something like that. He was hoping to be here tonight, and obviously he is currently running 6th. Cars are currently getting spread out all over the track as the leaders are coming out of turn 3 and the
Steven, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my dog. He keeps nosing through the trash.
Already.
He's trying to be like the dog on the Griswolds.
So as I was saying, that these cars are starting to get spread out now. When the 80.
Oh,
we got
caution.
caution out.
Yes, that may
Don't
have
see
been
where-
Damien. Well,
Stay out. Hey guys, we're back.
Yep.
And we got a caution. What happened?
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh wow.
I didn't see anything on the track map.
I think Chance Wayne put trash on the track, debris. We got debris on the racetrack with Chance digging through the trash can.
Oh, there he is. Damian Neeson.
Yeah, there we go. From Longmont. How do you say it? Longmont, Colorado?
It's
And that's your
cool, though.
hometown, Stephen?
Yeah, that's about 30, 40 miles there just north of Denver.
So why the hell did you get out of Denver and move to Oregon? Like, what in the world? What were you thinking?
40 years of smoking. I couldn't breathe at altitude anymore, for one. I have since quit.
Oh, my goodness. At least he's honest about it, right? I mean, my name is Steven Bartlett, the Viking, and I don't like smoking anymore, so I moved to the Northwest Pacific.
And I got a couple cousins up here about 40 miles, 45 miles north of me, and that I didn't get a chance to really grow up with. So it's been nice to getting reconnected with them.
What does it look like they're racing for at the moment? They should be catching a pace car.
Yeah, I think you're still in race mode. We're showing the replay. So we're under caution. We are under caution right now.
Let's get a break if we can, please, gentlemen.
Getting things started here at Pocono. Are we still racing? Are we at a replay? We're going to step away. We'll be back in a moment. 17 to 25 laps more of the coverage and the green flag when we return.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. So give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Green flag just fell. No, I'm sorry. We're still under caution, so stay with us, everybody. We got to be right back with us for more coverage in just a moment. Yeah, we're showing the replay again.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
There we are.
Back here at Talladega. I mean, it's technically a big racetrack. Back here at Pocono Raceway, everybody. Welcome back to coverage of the NASRA Cup Series. Steven, I thought we were flashback into last night. That's all I can say, right?
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say you're a day late and a dollar short.
I am. And speaking of Talladega, don't forget to join us on the NASRA 360 Racing Network coming up on Thanksgiving. It'll be Black Friday. That'll be, November the 29th. And, of course, we hope you join us for the excitement of the Thanksgiving Hangover 350. Hope you have a happy Turkey Murder Day. That'll be on the 28th, on the 29th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have coverage of the NASRA Trucks Special and the drivers of... It is going to be a truck race, am I right? Is it a truck race or a cup race?
It will be a truck race, and unfortunately,
it will be a truck race. Okay.
I found out today. Unfortunately, I will not have money or my steering wheel, new steering wheel base in time for that race. So I may join you guys in the booth for that one.
There you go. So we'll have myself, Tyler Ditmer, Jacob Reeves, and Stephen Bartlett, and Bigglestein Hopton. We'll have a 5-man crew calling that event. That'll be a good one. Put us in different parts of the racetrack and turn announce it MRN style. What do you think, Stephen? You ready to debut for turn announcing?
Yeah, you can put me down in the pits.
There you go. There's a good idea. 350 miles, 131 laps. It'll be coming up on Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So not only do you get to watch college football, you get to kick back, relax, and watch a little iRacing as well. Getting ready to come back to the Geico restart zone after our first Surf Pro caution of the race. And we'll get ready to come back to what is the TLC Incorporated restart zone. I was trying to get to that, so just give me a minute. Again, normally it is called the Geico restart zone. It is now the TLC Incorporated restart zone. No, you don't have to mute on the stream. It's all good. And I was getting to the point. And the segue is also that there is a TLC race car leading the pack as here comes the tiny horse, Ryan Johnson, his Toyota on the outside, ready to bring him back to the green flag. It'll be 5 laps to go in stage number 1 of the TLC 250. Back to get those sprinklers turning in the restart zone, and we're back underway. Steven is looking at them 2 by 2. They'll do-si-do side by side. They might get 3 wide or more for long into 1.
And Ryan Johnson jumps out to the lead. Jonathan Cofield in second, and just above him is Keith Bradley is behind him, and just above him is Jonathan Cofield. Coming down the back stretch, getting ready to head downhill a little bit into turn 2. Jeff Merck working in 4th spot, and in 5th, Matt Holmes.
On board. Watching these guys work into the corner. Whoa, hold on there, buddy. Man, that was crazy, Jeff Merck. Jeff Merck really getting antsy there in the top 5. Works to the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to get back in line. Army colors and Old Glory on the 60 as he goes back in the turn.
Jeff Merck battling Brian Chu in that 51 for the 5th spot, trying to get back up there. And right behind Brian Chu is Brendan Schumann in the 52.
Right now, everybody working through the tunnel turn. Here we go again. Got to find that good lap around the racetrack, right? I mean, that's the perfect thing you got to do. To get in line, be patient. Not like that. No, boy, you almost slammed off the safer barrier.
Yeah, that turn 3, that's a hard one to keep your car under control. You really got to slow down if you want to get around there without possibly hitting the wall. That track will throw you up into that wall in a heartbeat.
Back straightaway. Let's watch them again. Staying in line. Hold it together, guys. Still a long way to go, by the way, in this race. And that's the most important thing you got to remember. Got to be patient. As we always say, to first win the race, you must first finish, right? Look at him work into the corner again. It is Johnson in the lead, Bradley second, Cofield third. 3 wide behind the top 5 that are still scissor, if you will. Scissoring or snaking one another up in the front. Keep on rocking. Man, I know Bob Carr's got to be happy, Steven, for TLC Incorporated. Up in front. Got a car up in front. Way to represent, right?
Oh, for sure. And Wes, it looks like we have a couple of what Bob Carr would call hose draggers at the back of the field. They're trying to stay out of trouble. They don't want to be caught dragging their hoses through the field, and you shouldn't either. A brand new lawn sprinkler system from TLC will retire that old shriveled up hose of yours and replace it with a new efficient smart sprinkler system for your home. Call 888-PICK-TLC for more information.
Thanks again to Bob Carr, TLC Incorporated. And by the way, final lap of the first stage, working into 3 right now. Off of turn 2, off the tunnel turn, if you will, of the racetrack. Johnson in the lead. Look at that awesome run. There's the animal, Keith Bradley. His Toyota Camry diving down to the inside of the 29. Followed by Holmes in the Chevrolet number 5. Here they come to the line. The checkered for the green and white checker flag will wave, followed by the caution. This will be the end of stage number 1. Give it to Ryan Johnson, driving that TLC Toyota, winner of stage number 1 at Pocono.
Just before the caution came out, I was watching the 56 of Greg Vielle and Jonathan Barker in the 44, Nicholas Tomlinson in the 40, doing some door banging as they were coming out of turn 1.
Speaking of door banging, reminding you to join Jacob Reeves. Can we show his car real quick, Mr. Dean? Jacob Reeves in the door banging download. There it is. With our host, the Redneck Announcer. Check it out on all podcast platforms, including YouTube and Spotify. And, of course, the door banging download drops, right? It drops. The new episode drops usually every Friday morning, right before lunchtime, usually is whenever it drops. So, yeah. I don't know who our guest is this week. Do we know? Do you know, Dean? Who's the guest on the door banging download? You don't know? Yeah, we don't know.
Well, maybe we'll have to bring Jacob Reeves up.
We have to. By the way, if you're looking at the car, do you see where it says Joshua Suss in the 80? So that's what makes me wonder if Ryan Johnson's driving the car for Joshua tonight. It says Sergeant Joshua Suss. So let's get the little skinny do on this and find out what's going on. We'll check it with our buddy, Mr. Ryan Johnson. It's always good being able to talk to him. He can give us the little skinny of what's going on. Yeah, it does. So we'll check in with our buddy here. Winner of stage number 1. We'll check in with the guy with the Blue Line Racing Group. And okay, so Ryan, stage 1 winner. You're driving the TLC Incorporated Toyota that normally Joshua Suss occupies. Am I right? Are you just filling in tonight for that ride, buddy?
Yes, sir. Just filling in tonight for Josh and TLC.
So that is the number 80 car of Joshua Suss. There you go. How cool is it to be able to get the opportunity to drive this car and represent Bob Carr and TLC Incorporated in stage 1 win?
Yeah, man. Showing so good. So far, so good. If I could talk. Just gonna, I don't know. It's been so long since I've driven these cars. It's been quite the throwback, but at the same time, it's been a lot different than I remember. But yeah, happy to represent. We got a stage win, so that's cool, and hopefully we can, stay up front the rest of the race.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Are you in the Gen 6 car, right?
Yes, sir.
So these cars are back, about 4 years ago or 3 years ago, something like that. So,
yeah.
How different are they from the cars you get to run today, especially from the trucks and the Xfinity cars, too?
I remember these cars being pretty planted compared to even the truck and the Xfinity. Tonight, I mean, it might be something to do with the custom setups that they got, but the car feels actually a little touchy, a little twitchy, a little bit loose, but it's been fun so far. Really, really racy. More racy than what I remember, but
there you go. Steven, you got anything for our buddy here? Are you good? What do you got for
Ryan already answered my question. I was going to ask him how the track feels tonight, and he pretty much already told us.
He already did it. Well, Tiny Horse, thanks for your time, Brian. Thanks for driving that number 80 car. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Blue Line Racing driver, of course. That, of course, is, again, the driver of Mr. Ryan Johnson. Always enjoy chatting it up with him. And, well, we talked about him. Let's find out what's going on in the skinny of the Doorbang and Download for the upcoming weekend. I'm very surprised. Jacob, trip canceled? Change of plans? Weather moved out of the way? What happened?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know.
I hope you're not on the picket line, right? You didn't get a pink slip.
No, Lord, no. We didn't get no pink slip. No, we just... I mean, I heard, they kept saying, yeah, we're going, and we don't go, and now it's probably we're going Monday, and who knows at this point. I mean, Donald Trump's probably got a better idea of what we're doing probably next week than I do at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Man, I'll tell you what. Hey, listen, we were kind of promoting your show, the Doorbang and Download. Who's going to be on the show this week? When does it drop?
There's not going to really be one next week or this week. I've had a lot going on this week. Going to have hopefully some good news. Some real cool news next week that hopefully I can share with everybody, and hopefully everything goes good with it. But I've been in talks trying to get Dan Gobble on the show, which will be pretty cool. Obviously, Dan with DSR Electric and all that he's done with NASRA and everything. So, I'd like to get Dan on the show. I've been in talk with him, and we'll see if we can get Dan on the show for next week.
I've got nothing but love for our buddy Dan Gobble, and it's also close to Happy Turkey Murder Day. He would be a great Thanksgiving segment for the Doorbang and Download. What do you think, Jacob? Dan Gobble, Thanksgiving?
Hey, as long as he brings a whiskey, I'm all for it.
My goodness. Jacob, we love you, man. Thanks for your time, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
There you go. So no Doorbang and Download. Hey, no, what you need to do, Jacob, is say we're not live. You're never live anyway. Coming for the restart. You're not dropping a download, but there's available archives on all major platforms. That's what you need to say.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them out there. A lot of beef, a lot of good times, and a lot of cold beers been drunk.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. By the way, we got Beef Line at the Racing American broadcast of the Modified Show on Saturday at the North-South Shootout. So I did use your line. I got to give you gratuity for that.
That is awesome. That is awesome. You can use it anytime.
Good luck, buddy. Blue Line Racing, Jacob Reeves, Ryan Johnson, Glass Mechanic Stage 2 underway as they work back into the TLC restart zone. And we go again to the TLC Inc. 250.
Got a new leader in Jonathan Barker now. And Justin Clapper behind him in second. Keith Bradley, Buzzy Mongold, Ryan Johnson. So we got some new leaders up here. It's compared to what we've seen so far in that first stage.
It is Clapper, now the new leader, the driver of the 63, Justin Clapper. He'll be coming along. It'll be lap 30 this time by. You were saying, Stephen.
Look how quick Ryan Johnson's moving through the field. He'll be back up here in the lead before too long, I think.
Yeah, what a good solid run right here for this guy. Working across the stripe. Clapper, Bradley, Johnson, Holmes, Mongold, Chew, Barker, Reeves, Cofield, Burleson. all in the top 10 with a solid run. They got 31 laps on the board here when they come to the line. And but I tell you what, Dean, oh no, trouble. Oh, Mongold turned over the front bow of the red and white car. Mongold down to the bottom of the turf in turn 2 in the tunnel turn. Buzzy Mongold draws Serve Pro caution number 3. Just getting started in Glass Mechanic. Stage 2, and the yellow flies again, Steven. Here's a Pulse Popper instant replay. Look at this. The 50, is that Brian Chu?
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Chu.
Oh, man. The 51, Brian Chu, just maybe a little aggressive than what he needed to be. Got down there on the left rear, got into Mongold. Watch him side by side, stride for stride. And you see Mongold. Did Mongold do anything wrong? Man, I can't tell. I can't tell from that angle, Steven.
Looks like the 51 of Brian Chu went up the track and caught him in the left rear quarter panel and got him spun around.
Let's go aerial coverage, Dean, if you don't mind, for the replay. Let's go aerial, up top side. Let's check our blimp view or our drone view, if you will. Here we go, from the copter. Watch this. Yeah. A little contact there. Like Mongold, yeah, man. Brian Chu made a run on the left rear, turned the 97. I'm sure that the 51 will be called for the EOL here, Steven.
Yeah, I believe so too. I'm trying to look for it. I gotta close something so I can see it.
Another caution out. You were saying, buddy, go ahead.
Yep, Brian Chu will get the EOL.
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Another yellow flag coming out, presented by Serve Pro. We will step away. More coverage from Pocono rolls on.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on. Hey, Bob Carr with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. Talk to you soon.
So who
Back
are you
here at
talking about,
Pocono,
Leslie?
I was talking
wrestler.
I was talking about Val Venus, the big Valvoski. Man, I back in the day, okay, not today, but back in the day, I was into wrestling, and there was a guy named Val Venus, and he was kind of like, please let me say this in the most professional, nice way, with nobody getting offended out there. He was WWE's version of an adult porn star. That's a nice way of saying it. Okay, he was an adult film star. That's what Val Venus was on the WWE. They called him the Big Valboski, but one of his signature lines was, "Hello, ladies." Right? Do you remember? Am I too old?
I don't.
Steven?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I didn't watch a lot of WWE at the beginning, so but I do remember Junkyard Dog, Roddy Piper, and all of them.
Okay, so that was before him.
Yeah.
That was way back in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura era.
Yep. It sure was.
Damn, Vikings really unveiling how old he is, man.
I only know Jesse Ventura from the
imagine-
Predator movie, and
Yes.
then when I was living in
Yeah.
Minnesota, he was the governor.
Could you imagine Jesse the Body Ventura calling a race? I mean,
I'll call that goddamn race. Say apologies for my language out there, but I'll call that race as it is, right? I don't know. I'm trying my best.
It's gonna be something like this,
Yeah.
Dean. Okay, this
Okay,
is my Jesse the Body Ventura clip, and you can clip it, and I'll do it as we get back for the restart. Okay. I'll tell you what. We've been to Pocono, we've been here, and this has been a great, great race. And I've been on the top of the mountain, and I've knocked these people off the cliff. And is anybody going to knock off Keith Bradley? Bradley is the one that everybody's gunning for. Clapper's going to be on his outside, and this is going to be an absolute barn burner as we get ready to come back for the restart zone, Steven. I can feel the electricity in my bones as we get ready to go to green here at Pocono. The Tricky Triangle's a wild one tonight.
Oh, that was perfect.
If I just had a little bit more,
Give us
if
a
I just
thumbs
had a
up
little
if
bit
you like
more,
that.
if I had a little bit more rasp in my voice, right? A
Right.
little more rasp in my voice.
Green flag.
TLC Incorporated restart zone, and we're back to green. Yeah. And then we can have Hulk Hogan, you know. Let me tell you something, brother. They're going to send it off into the corner. Bradley's going to go to the outside. Oh, yeah. No, that was Randy Savage. I'm sorry. And he's going to go after him as they go into the corner on the restart. And you got Bradley and Johnson and Clapper. And look at now, Johnson. He got hung way to the bottom, didn't he, on the inside? Wow. Look at this. And now here comes the animal. Keith Bradley to the lead, Stephen, as they work into the tunnel, turning two.
And then at the next caution flag, we'll have Ric Flair. Man, I forgot what I was going to do with that.
Oh, we're going to be styling and profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, Rolex wearing, wheeling, dealing with a TLC sprinkler in my backyard. Here comes Bradley off of turn 3. He's the new leader. Woo! There you go. Okay, we're going to get fired if we don't stop. Let's go back to green.
That's not bad, gentlemen. Bit of entertainment. This is what you're going to find here on the NASRA 360 Network. Give us a thumbs up and a like if you did enjoy that.
Thank you, Steve, for saving the day. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean. Yeah.
But you know what you call when you got a Pepsi and a moon pie?
Song of the South, ain't it?
With you, me, Dean, and NASCAR. That's some high-class redneck entertainment right there.
That's exactly right, man. And I love my moon pie and Pepsi, okay? And I can taste the difference between a Pepsi and a Coca-Cola any day. All right, we're not plugging in. They don't give us
A guy walks into a bar.
Here we go, side by side with Clapper. What did you say, Steven? What did you say, Dean?
I said a guy walks into a bar, and then he was disqualified from the limbo contest.
Yeah. Mighty quiet in the chat box. They're not chirping, so I guess I did a horrible job of my wrestling impersonations. It's all good, though, people. Thank you. All in fun. I enjoy working with everybody here at NASRA, and we got to have fun, right? I mean, we normally work with each other 3 out of 5 days a week. And, you know, Steven, when he first started, he was kind of like he was just, I'm happy to be here, and I really don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do, but Steven has found his voice, and he's got his own style, and it's working, and it's glad to have Bartlett joining us now, 2 or 3 nights a week, so it's, you know, I've really enjoyed working with you much recently, Steven, for sure.
Yep, you and I work together Monday, Wednesdays. I work with Jake Reeves, the redneck announcer, on Fridays, and I've been having a ball doing this. I really enjoy it. I'm glad Brady LaBeouf talked me into it.
Yeah.
I'm here every day.
And Dean Hobson is the man. The Gen 6 cars were occupied. By the way, we're in stage 2. And except whenever he has his exorcist moments. Dean scares me when he does that. But
Hey,
he is really good at what he does.
Gentlemen, what kind of car does an egg drive? A Volkswagen.
Oh my. A Volkswagen. A Volkswagen.
Somebody said to you before, you got a son, right? He's like, Dad, can you put the dog out? And you go, I didn't know it was on fire.
I mean, the dog was going through my trash earlier. He's asleep now. Hey, buddy.
38 to 55, gentlemen. So we're going to get down to the crunch time. Who will win stage 2 and then ultimately go on to winning the race? Because that'll be
Are you watching these guys? Are we watching these guys literally bouncing off the wall over and over again, like getting concrete dust? I mean,
yeah, it's that coming out of turn 3. That's a tight turn, and it kind of sneaks up on you if you're not paying attention and braking early enough. It just throws them up into that wall. As we watch Ryan Johnson right on the bumper, Keith Bradley. Ryan's poked his nose out there a couple of times trying to get it to pass, and just can't quite do it right now as they come out of the tunnel turn heading towards turn 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very tight turn. Watching him working their way around the corner. Ryan Johnson in the second spot now. He's got the 2-time Cup Series champion, the animal, Keith Bradley. So now let me clarify. Brady LaBeouf is the first driver to be a multi-time series champion of NASRA. He did it for the trucks, and he did it for the DSR Electric Truck Series. The only 2-time champion of NASRA for one series is the man that's up in front right now, the Lawrenceburg, Indiana driver, the animal, Keith Bradley. He won the crown of the Cops Truck Series last year, Stephen. You covered it.
Yeah, I was just noticing the big lead that Keith Bradley and Ryan Johnson have over everybody else. Almost 2 seconds now. Justin Clapper's the closest one. He's 1.95 seconds behind Keith Bradley, and 16ths of a second is Ryan Johnson behind Bradley. So that gives you the idea what the spread on the lead is right here, right now.
Listening to him thunder down into the corner again with another solid run. Got him working into the turn. I love it. Yes, sir. Love it. Days of Thunder style. You're exactly right.
New one's being made.
There is talks about it. Yeah, there is actually talks about a new Days of Thunder being made. You know, somebody kind of hurt my feelings at Caraway Speedway the other night, and they were like, well, we don't need to have another rendition version of Rubbins for Racing. But, I mean, come on, man. It was a good movie. I love the movie. I mean, get away from the love story and the lovey-dovey and none of that. It was cool.
You see, 63 just got a little bit of door banging into the fence there at the moment, gentlemen, so we may have beef.
He sure did. Boy, that was close, wasn't it? Man. Hold on to it. Right there. Not done yet.
Oh. Something's building up here.
Nicholas Tomlinson in the 19th having some issues coming out of these turns.
Can I say I feel a bad moon rising? There's a bad moon on the rise, if you will. Right now, watching these guys having contact, somehow saving their cars. Reeves leads the fray. Bouncing off the wall is Newton. On the inside is Schumann. Then you've got the 51. Whoa, watch Clapper. Clapper going at it with White. So is Tiffany. Boy, this is a big stack up of traffic inside the top 15. Watch them off the corner.
That would be the 19 of Matthew Garrett. Newton doesn't run this series.
My apologies. Yeah, Garrett did. Yeah.
Yeah, something's brewing up, gentlemen. That's why I was kind of keeping that camera hovering around there so that we could capture the action live.
I think that was the 2 of Michael Larch that slammed the wall coming out of 3.
Another solid lap around the racetrack. Look at Bradley, Johnson, Burke, Holmes, Cofield, top 5. Remember, by the way, they're going to go all the way to lap 55 for stage number 2. And we will stay green flag. The only way we'll be under caution is if there's an accident on the racetrack. Suss Racing chiming in, says that's my driver. He better get the sweep. That's Joshua Suss talking about Ryan Johnson behind the wheel of the number 80 car. Joshua, I don't know what's going on, my friend. Hopefully we can get you back here next week or so.
Giving the Bob Sprinkler a push. Keith Bradley is at the moment. Trying to. Bob's like, back off. We put the little pop-up sprinkler that comes out of the back of the TLC car that Joshua Sauce's number 80 that Ryan Johnson's piloting, and it starts splashing water all over the front of Keith Bradley's car. What if those windscreen wipers work on these cars, gentlemen?
And Ryan Johnson at some point took the lead back away from Keith Bradley. Keith Bradley behind him now. Jeff Merck has moved his way up to third with Matt Holmes and Jonathan Cofield fourth and fifth.
He deployed the hose, mate. The hose
right
at the back of the...
Big thanks to Bob Carr and TLC Incorporated. Of course, not only is this a sponsor for the Cup Series for NASRA, but also in addition to that, the restart zone and the garage area. And right now, a couple of cars behind the wall. Not a lot right now. I just see, what is it? It's about 30-plus drivers. I think it's Neeson, Bullock, Neeson, and Wade, actually, the cars that are on pit road right now. And Buzzy Mongold will join them. I think he is coming down pit road for some service. Unscheduled, but remember he brought a caution out earlier in the 97, Stephen.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe he's getting some repairs, because that's a little early, and we will be having the caution flag at the end of stage 2. So
no caution at the end of stage 2, buddy. We stay green.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was the second stage.
No. Stage 1, we threw out the caution. Stage 2, we will go to lap 45 or 55, and we will stay under the green flag. There will not be a caution unless there's an accident on the racetrack, and we move right into stage 3, buddy.
You are correct. I had my notes on the wrong side of the paper.
Yeah. Let's check in on Jeff Merck. I love Jeff's face movement. I love his mimics. I love the way that he's literally just pantomiming the way that's going on the racetrack. I wonder what he would do if I brought him to the box right now and tried to interview him, Stephen. What do you think? What do you
probably ignore you?
He is.
I would if I was in third.
He's on by himself. Here's a little bit. I forgot we actually do have my apologies. We do have a Buzzy Mungold camera actually as he comes back.
Oh, we
out.
got cars on the wall back here in the back. 44 and 79.
Oh boy, no caution though. No caution. Boy, that's Tony Burleson, I believe, and Jeffrey Johnson. Just a moment ago, staying green.
Oh, he's in the fence.
Barber is fouled and the Burleson's in the wall. 54 laps to go, closing in on the halfway mark of this race. Driver out of Troutman, North Carolina, just off of I-77 and 40 in near Statesville on pit road.
Yeah, here's Buzzy. Just coming back out after his pit stop. There he is. He's got the tire in the background as well, too. So he don't retire just yet there, Buzzy. Keep racing, mate. My bad jokes coming. But who's he got on the side? Oh, we got a caution.
Caution's out.
Got a caution out now, guys. Trouble.
23 possibly?
Yeah, looks like it's the 29.
I don't see anything from race
control. You're showing numbers again. You're showing positions, not numbers. 97, was it Mongold, maybe?
No, I believe it was 23 of Tristan Bruce.
All right, let's go have a look.
He lost a bunch of spaces all at once.
All I see is caution. Tristan Bruce in 15th. Let's see if something happened to him. Bo Tiffany on his inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there it is. Whoa! Nelly.
Good catch on that.
Who was that, Stephen? Who was
that? He saved it. He kept it out of the wall.
Yeah,
That's
he got
good driving there.
I think he got checked up.
Who's famous for the Whoa Nelly? Do you know who that is, Stephen?
No, I don't.
The voice of college football, Keith Jackson. Another caution out. This is our fourth caution, by the way. We had to reset our server at the beginning of the race, so it's actually caution number 4 of the race right now, fourth caution. And this will let us step away to thank Bob Carr and Premier Racing Setups. We're back in a moment from Pocono, approaching halfway. Be back in just a second. Don't go nowhere.
In a distant kingdom, in a magical realm, there live people who face dreadful drainage problems on their lawns. For many years, they suffered from puddles and mud in their yards. Until one day, the saviors from TLC Company appeared with their magical shovels and lifted the wet curse from the kingdom's residents. Forget about puddles and mud. With us, your yard will become a genuine fairy tale nook. Call us right now, and let's transform your drainage concerns into a magical adventure. TLC, where every home becomes a fairy tale.
Boy, Steven's got me hooked up now, man. I can hear in-car audio, communication, race control, and I love it. You know, I'm used to Steven. Like whenever I announce Munster Jam, okay, or whenever you do like not live network TV, like with Race in America or MAV TV, like I've done NASCAR TV. You literally have your crew that you're calling the game or the broadcast with. You literally have a producer, director, and sometimes you have like other communication that's going on all at one time. So I'm a fan of it, listening to some of the chatter on the radio. And by the way, you got a verdict, Stephen, of the caution. Nobody's going to get called for a penalty on what happened to Mongold. Or, excuse me, what happened to the 23, I think it was, that spun. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that over the radio. Race Control came out and said there no penalty racing incident. So that's a good thing. Don't have to worry about that driver doesn't have to worry about going to the back of the field.
Yeah, I think that our producer director extraordinaire, Dean Hopton, was considering the idea of putting on the in-car audio.
On the exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. I go into the pits. I'm in fourth place. I go, I'm in the third with 2 laps to go. You know, remember what happened on Days of Thunder? You were mentioning it earlier when they come down pit road and yeah, it was pretty hot. Yeah. So anyhow, some expletives and language might be mentioned that we don't want to have go out over the broadcast. And you know, maybe one day, Steven and Dean, if we could get these guys to be good little boys and girls, because we've had some female iRacers as well.
You want to have a chat to Jeff Merck then, mate? Because
we could, but they're coming to the restart, though. They're coming to the restart. It looks like Jeff's talking to somebody anyway. We are coming to green. Yes, sir, we are. Yeah. Yes, is it? Steven, was he asking you or you asking me? What are we asking?
That was over the radio communications.
I got you. Wow. So the in-car audio is actually to a very dim minimum tonight for sure. And honestly, Steven, I guess that's the way you guys like it, right? I mean, when you're in race mode, you don't want to be talking. You want to be focused on driving. Hence why we don't like to bother y'all whenever you're on the track racing.
Correct. Yeah. Under green flag conditions, it's pretty quiet. Somebody wrecks, you'll definitely hear something.
Back to the TLC Incorporated Restart Zone. Get those sprinklers churning with the water. And we're back for the restart here. Halfway, by the way. Halfway. 50 down, 50 to go in the TLC Incorporated 250. We're back underway with Ryan Johnson in the lead into one there, Steven.
And 5 laps to go before the end of stage. That caution, that will not be under caution. That will stay green. Ryan Johnson now by himself in the lead. Keith Bradley right behind him, followed by Jacob Reeves in third, and another caution. The 14.
So much for that. Number 14 spinning. I believe that is the driver of Bobby Grant. And Bobby Grant will put us under a yellow flag. There it is. Toyota number 14. We're under caution.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the replay. Wow, look at this. Oh, boy. Man.
So he just
49.
He had some help. Yeah,
do you remember? Wasn't it a little tap, wasn't it, gentlemen?
That's Chase Albright, I believe it is. That Chase Albright in the 49, I believe it is.
Yes.
And there's Grant on board with him. That camera don't really do justice.
No.
Maybe from this angle it'll show better.
We'll go to the chopper. We'll get to the chopper.
Let's go to the chopper. Get me out of the chopper. Get me out of this chopper.
Bobby Grant wiggled a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that's when he got down into the 49 trying to recover. Got down into the Chase Albright and ended up in the wall.
Looks like he wiggled in front of Robert Walton, came back down into Chase Albright. Around goes Grant in the 14. As the caution comes out.
What did he do, Wesley?
Again.
A little wiggle and a what?
A wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble. And the caution is out. Hey, let's check in our buddy Jeff Burke, shall we? Cue up the camera as well. I'd love to see his reactions when we have him on camera. I love it. Let's check in with our buddy from, where is he at?
He's there.
NASRA Racing Esports, I believe is where he's at. So let's bring him in here. Jeff Burke, it's the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy. What's going on?
Say hello. Say hello. Wave to everybody because we can see you, my friend. I was just going to say. Go ahead.
Don't ask me to cuss now. I got penalized last time.
How was your trip? How was your cruise, Jeff?
It was good. We had a good time. We had some stormy weather, rough seas, but we were on a cruise, so it couldn't be all bad.
Scary is it being on a boat, and then it's like a Titanic moment, ain't it?
Yeah, a couple times it kind of felt that way when we was out there, 15, 20-foot waves. It was pretty scary there a little bit, but we was on a pretty big boat, so we weren't too scared.
Now, some of your facial expressions in iRacing, did you make that on the boat when the storm's in?
Yeah. No, I never made any of those on the storm on the boat. I don't have to concentrate on the boat. I just stayed drunk the whole time. Didn't have to worry about it.
There you go. Hell yes.
There's an EOL penalty for the broadcaster.
Come on, man. Hell's in the Bible. Well, they got on you. What was your penalty? What was that? Well, you were mad though. You kind of said too many.
I used a forbidden word that looked a lot like that. It started with that letter right there.
Yeah, F. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, F followed by a bomb. They don't like that one on the broadcast, so you can't say that for sure.
Yeah, well, you can't say fud bomb anymore, can you?
No, fudge bomb is definitely out of the question. That's it, fudge. Fudge.
My goodness. Steven, I'm in tickles here. What you got for Jeff Burke as we're under caution?
Well, it's funny, and Dean just asked me, he says, what do you think they would let me put the driver communication? Because Wes and I listened to it. I've got it on my screen. And Dean asked me about that, and I said, I would advise not to.
Yeah. So if you ever see me, like, after I make a facial expression, like shake my head or shrug my shoulders, that's just me trying to relax so I don't make the face. But I still forget to do it anyway.
You're taking this race, though, buddy. As somebody that normally runs in the trucks, what's your take of this with the Cup Series? And by the way, you were the inaugural winner when you won the Cup race in Daytona about, 5 weeks ago. Amazing how fast the season's flied by, too.
Oh, yeah, it's flown by. I really like the setups we're using. You have to, they're driver setups. You got to be able to drive them because they're very loose on throttle. So you have to drive them, and I kind of like setups you have to drive, not just hold to the floor and turn left. So I like it so far.
There you go. Well, Jeff, I know we're getting ready for the restart, but do you think there could ever come a time that we can ask you guys to be good little boys and try to control the language narrative and maybe be able to have a bonus for our listening audience, our viewing audience, like the driver communication chat on the broadcast?
Yeah, I think, hey, Brady would be the guy to ask, I know I get the most requests in chat to talk to, so I would gladly take that bonus. 15 points for the season. That way I get my 15 points back. I got penalized for.
I mean, that's what you got to do, right? Like, there'd be like, if you literally cuss and be unprofessional, especially if you know driver cams and or in-car audios on the broadcast, I'll let you go and come back for a restart. But like, $100 fine and 50 driver points suspended or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, NASRA,
right?
they crack down on that when you get too out of line on the on the chat, in the interviews. They fine you, so I ain't got a problem with that.
I don't think we're ready to cross that bridge just yet, but maybe that could be in discussions to the NASRA board in the very future. Jeff, thanks for your time, buddy. Rock and roll, buddy.
Yeah, boys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. That's, of course, Jeff Merck. And maybe one day, Steven, if we kind of, hey, don't do this. If you do this, you're in trouble. They did it to Jeff, remember?
Yeah, they did. They kind of cracked down on him pretty hard. For that.
Let's try this again.
Green.
Go ahead, Steven.
Oh, you're good.
Back to the TLC restart zone. Back underway. By the way, this is the final lap of stage number 2. Top 10 earned stage points, and we also thunder in to the 3rd stage of this race here at the TLC 250. I mean, Dink, is it a possibility maybe one day, buddy? What do you think?
For what, sorry? The audio? I'm completely confused.
Yeah, if we can teach them to be good little boys and girls.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Not use bad language.
Well, it did happen for the 23-hour event, and drivers had to sing national anthems. And they're going to be probably going for a tooth and nail here because Ryan is on the last lap of the stage. Yet he got one more corner to go, and this 3-1 corner track, and he should be able to take stage 2 back to back.
Boy, look at Keith. Wow, Bradley bouncing off the wall. A lot of cars bouncing off the wall, fighting for stage points. A lot of concrete dust off the safer barrier, working off that 3rd turn. And it is going to be not only stage 1 going to Ryan Johnson, stage 2 to Ryan Johnson, the tiny horse, trying to do what Colin Weatherholt did last night in the race that we covered. We're underway in the second stage done, 3rd stage underway. And boy, I'll tell you what, Steven, we're looking at what Weatherholt did last night, and now we're trying to see if Johnson can do the same thing here in the Cup Series at Pocono.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Weatherholt last night at Talladega was up front almost the whole race.
Yes.
And took stage 1, 2, and the checkered flag. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's a very good driver. And he even mentioned when we interviewed him yesterday, he said that he doesn't like the super speedways. He's not very good at them, but he was last night.
Yeah, he did a really, really good job right now. Weatherholt, I don't believe, runs in the Cup Series. He just competes, of course, on Monday and Tuesday. As right now, Johnson up in that top spot. Bradley second, Mark third, Reeves, and VL. VL's got to win this year. Hey, real quickly, Dean, throw up the graphic of the schedule so far of the men that have wins. Pip, pip, charity-o. And there it is. Jeff Merck, winner at Daytona. Greg VL won, of course, Homestead, Miami. Michael Larch at Michigan. Last week, Matt Holmes in the 5. He got it done at Kansas. Can't believe, again, we're already in round 5 of the season. This season's really going by quickly. By the way, we're back in. No, that car
that is huge.
White into the pit area. Larch and Christopher and Justin White. Michael Larch, Justin White crashing the 2 into the pit road, into the pit lane. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
I think we need to call we need to call the coroner on that one. Yeah, Michael Larch is in the 2. Ooh.
Shades of what the pace car did at Phoenix when he hit the sand barrels. Justin, yeah, exactly. Somebody just said that he could drive the pace car because they're talking about what happened at the pace car getting hit at Phoenix. And the pace car crashed into the sand barrels at Phoenix for the championship race.
And then
he hits the sand trap. Look at Schumann. Oh, man. You know, Steven, looking at this again, it looks like maybe Schumann held him up and then the 2 had nowhere to go and got into the sand barrels, if you will. Watch this replay. One more time. In full song. Wow. And they are calling the penalty on the 52. I was right, Stephen. Look at this again.
Yeah, he bounced off that wall and then came down into Larch down there. And, wow. If that was real, that would have hurt real bad.
Yeah, my apologies. I think I said Justin White because I'm so used to announcing number 2, but it was Michael Larch. Michael Larch and Schumann. And if you want to be honest, the number 56 also got a little bit of a piece of it, but was able to continue of Greg VL.
How does he miss those barrels there? And then,
wow.
2 hits, and then obviously it's a hard impact on anything.
Let's go on board, Dean, with Michael Larch. Let's see and hear what it sounded like from the 2. Take a listen to this. Right about now. Take a listen. Where do you go? Where do you go, Stephen? Really? I mean, come
steering
on.
as well too, but he can't do much, can he? Because the steering, because you're airborne at that point, you've got no traction.
And he hooks the landing.
And what's funny is what's kind of funny is Shoes got the meatball flag, so he's got some engine damage.
Oh wow!
But yet Larch is no meatball flag at all.
Wow. Stephen, Jeff Merck's wife, Don Merck. Obviously, we always enjoy her dialogue. She chimes in. Always a fan of us in the NASRA broadcast booth, and she says, and I quote, "The F-bomb is a love language, Jeff." Please, Brady, Cody, do not get on me. I'm only quoting what somebody else said. I didn't say it. I just quoted what somebody else said. All right, if I'm not here when I get back, folks, you know I got fired. We'll take a break. More for Pocono in a moment. If I'm here, stand by.
Hey, Bob Carr with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids, be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. Talk to you soon.
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Back here at Pocono Raceway, lap number 60, 40 laps to go. Could this be the money stop, Stephen? We saw drivers come down pit road, and they are pitting again.
Well, the pit window's 35 to 40 laps, so that'll put them at right around 90, 95 laps. So they will have to make one more pit stop, and maybe that's what they're hoping to do here. Come back in, top off, so maybe they don't have to come back in again for a green flag pit stop, but I still think they will have to.
Welcome back to our coverage. I'm Wesley Outland, still employed for NASRA. Stephen Bartlett, the Viking, alongside. And, of course, Bigglesdean Hopton handling production. It has been a good one here tonight here at Pocono, and I think it's about to get even more exciting as you know, Stephen Bartlett always says, it's time for NASRA Chaos. And I got a feeling, Stephen, it is right around the corner. No doubt. Get your Bruce Buffer best impersonation ready, because I think we're going to see a pretty wild one coming up here.
Yeah, I do too. Of course, it's that third stage I always call it the NASRA chaos time, especially with 20 to go. That's when we really see a lot of chaos. But we'll see how this plays out between here and lap 80.
Hey, let's give a shout out to some folks tuned into the broadcast. Hello to Jamie Libke. Hello to Kevin Bartholomew, Nick Harding, Bearded Kit Racing, whoever you are. Joshua Suss is obviously cheering on Ryan Johnson. Thank you to Sharon Bruce, Josh Bowen, Don Merck. Always enjoy chatting with her, as well as Vigilant Guardian. And that is right now back to the TLC Incorporated Restart Zone, and we're back underway. Under 40 to go here at Pocono in tonight's TLC Inc. 250. They're back into turn number 1, Stephen.
Jeff Merck gets a good jump on the restart. Jonathan Cofield right behind him. A couple of newer drivers, so to speak, up here now. Got Andrew Alzewski in the 4th, Robert Richards in 5th, Tristan Bruce now in 6th. So some new drivers up here. I think that's because Ryan Johnson and some of the others went back in and topped off on fuel, hoping to make it to the checkered flag.
Hey, it's time for a little racing trivia. Remember what we talked about Pocono Raceway? We kind of hit on it a little bit earlier. Take a listen to this. Pocono, of course, is a 2.5-mile triangle oval built back in 1971 and still active to today. Obviously, the Mattioli family have operated that racetrack since its inception. Joe Mattioli, Bob Mattioli, and all them people, I've known them for many years in the racing industry. They are great people. This racetrack has again, 4.023 kilometers, 3 turns. Turn 1 is 14 degrees. Turn 2 is 8 degrees. Turn 3 is 6 degrees. Now, what is so unique about these racetracks is the turns at Pocono were specially designed to mimic other popular speedways. Like the 14 degrees of banking in turn 1 is modeled of the old Trenton Speedway in New Jersey. Turn 2, 8 degrees, mimics the tunnel turn from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Turn number 3, the banking is 6 degrees. It models what is the Milwaukee Mile, and we got trouble. Clapper down in the bottom of the grass, comes back up into the racing apron in turn 1. He keeps everybody at bay, holds in the gas and the throttle, and we're still clear. We're still green. There's a little conversation of maybe Richards and Clapper getting into one another, Stephen, as we still race on in the turn.
Yeah, and that's, as you and I heard, that's one reason why we don't broadcast driver communication.
Yeah. Oh, and listen, quickly, Justin White, the race director, and that's that mode where he gets out of driver for NASRA on Friday, Monday, Tuesday. He gets into race director, a series promoter for the NASRA Cup Series on Wednesday, and he point blank, if you will, Stephen, nipped it in the bud and said, hey guys, if you're going to talk about this is not the time. Wait until after, then you can discuss it, chat, B and C, whatever you want to do. Wait till after this race is over. Now you could hear a pin drop in race communication.
Yeah, Justin White has done an incredible job with this series. He put it all together, planned it all, and Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knight just basically handed in the reins and said, "This is your baby," and he's done a great job. And these drivers obviously have some respect for him because as soon as he said that, they shut up, and we haven't heard nothing since out of the drivers.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And by the way, in addition to that, obviously, it is this series, the NASRA Cup Series, is coming from what was a former series that they operated in the past that Justin White officiated as well. And basically, there was an option to bring these guys in and have it be what it is, and it's just been so awesome the last 5. Actually, let's be honest, the last 8 weeks, because we had the Clash, and then we had the qualifying and the duels, and then, the other big races, the shootout. All of those things have happened, and we've really enjoyed bringing it to you, no doubt. Holmes on the inside, trying to go for 2 in a row. He won last week. He's right now working the number 5 machine into the top 10.
Yeah, Merck's still out in the lead with a quarter of a second ahead of Jonathan Cofield. Jonathan Barker now in third, Greg Vielle now in fourth, as we see some more cars bouncing off the wall coming out of three. And that's funny because that's the tightest turn on the track, and it's also the turn that is angled the least also.
Yeah, it really is. You took a trip down memory lane. Dean, did you realize that there were so many different racetracks to the Pocono Raceway, the way it was built, boss?
No, I did not know. Did not know. Although it's something new every day.
See, they need to flash the rainbow with the stars across the screen and put the more you know. Remember the more you know back in the day when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Whenever, yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I remember.
And they still do it to this day.
Chase
the more
slowing
you
down
know.
at the moment too. Chase Albright must have got into defense a little hard. The gentleman's dropped back to P24 currently at the moment, with Jeff Merck still leading on. Caulfield hanging in there by a little sniggin, and then those top three. And you've got a big gap you can see down there to Greg Bell.
Yeah, what a good run now as things kind of calm down a little bit, if you will. Watching him, Steven, going back into the corner again. Jeff Merck back up in front, obviously. Caulfield, Barker, VL, remember what happened to him? He won race 2 of the season. He literally almost got involved in that incident with Michael Larch and the other machine of Schumann. He's now worked his way into the top 5, as well as Johnson. Ryan Johnson, stage 1 and 2 winner, falling back in 5th right now.
Watching these guys come into turn 3, about ready to catch some lap traffic. Not too far ahead of them. Jeff Merck and Jonathan Caulfield, Jonathan Barker are all kind of racing close together within 0.3 of a second. Then that big gap of 2.6 seconds to Ryan Johnson behind Jonathan Barker.
By the way, I don't know if you knew this as well, but the Pocono Raceway also offers a road course for a big road course that measures 2.5 miles long, and a road course that is 2.8 miles long. And if that wasn't enough, there is also a short road course that is only 1.8 miles long inside the Pocono Raceway. It is operated and used for things like ISMA, MotoGP, IndyCar, and more. How about that? Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's one of those great multi-use facilities, kind of like Daytona. They got a pretty good road course there at Daytona also.
And sadly, the Cup Series only gets to race at Pocono once a year. That's it.
Yeah, they had to sacrifice a Pocono race, and I think there's one other too when they brought North Wilkesboro back and Richmond.
Yep. Yeah, Richmond is only going to get one date next year.
Rockingham, I mean.
Yeah. Yep. Through to the Wolves, if you will. Right now, we watch 30 laps to go, but they come back to the line. Jeff Merck back out in front again. Fresh in from vacation. No seasickness. Survived the storms and the squalls, if you will. And Dean Hopton, he is ready to bring this one to the finish and look for his second win of the season for the NASRA Cup Series. If he can hold on, 30 at the line.
Yeah, I believe they're going to come in those pit stops in Australia into play as well too. So just to let everybody know out there, and I'll show the graphic up there. Jeff Burke, Jonathan Caulfield, and Jonathan Barker have been down pit road on lap 48. Fresh tyres and freshies would go to Ryan Johnson and Keith Bradley, 4th and 5th, so keep an eye on them. If they can go to the end or not, Steve, I'm not quite sure, but we're pretty sure the top 3 can't.
There you go.
Yeah, they're probably looking about lap 80, 85. They'll have to come back in and pit again if they don't pit earlier. My advice to them would be if a caution comes out, pit now. Top off that tank, put your last set of tires on, and pedal to the metal to the end.
So Sus Racing chiming in, and he says, as Huck broke on the DVD, as Huck Wigginton broke on the door banging download, Blue Line will be gaining a sister team on Fridays next season with the Cops Truck Series called Blue Lights. Can you guess what 2 drivers on the track will be a part of the new team? So, okay, my guess will be Joshua Suss and Ryan Johnson, and we've got a caution. 7th caution of the race coming out as I believe it's a problem for Buzzy Mongold again in the 97. Buzzy Mongold putting us under caution. My guess, Stephen, what do you think? My guess for this new Blue Lights team is going to be Ryan Johnson and Joshua Suss. What do you think?
It could be. I'm not quite familiar with the teams in this series yet. I need to do some studying on that and get caught up on things there.
Wow.
Buzzy Mongold on the wall.
There it is. Yeah, Buzzy Mongold. Tough break there for the driver, Buzzy Mongold.
Playing pinball off the walls.
Yeah, one of the guy for Warrior Racing, and of course out of Concord, North Carolina. Let's grab Buzzy. Let's grab Buzzy. Bring him on the camera as well. Here you see Buzzy bouncing off the safer barrier. I think we got a camera for Buzzy Mongold. Buzzy, it's the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I kind of ping-ponged off the walls there, and popped it against one wall, popped it against another wall, and then I tried to get it back, and when I went to 3, it just went straight up into the wall. I tried to get it towed to avoid the caution coming out, but it came out right as I was towing it, unfortunately.
Hey, we love racing, but we love hockey too, man. What do you think of the Hurricanes this year?
They've been on a roll. They have definitely been on a good roll. I'll probably be watching the game after this race.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Carolina Hurricanes play at the Lenovo Center. It is like literally 25 miles from my house. So literally, I live right in the back door of that place. So for sure. You ever been to a hockey game?
Yep, I'll be going actually this Saturday to the game.
There you go. And I see you're a big Ryan Blaney fan. He come up a little bit short in the Cup Series championship to Joey Logano, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Just short. I thought he was going to get him, but Logano did a good job fighting him off. I think Blaney just got held up too much from the 5 call on that last run. But, he'll be back. He'll get another one.
Well, Buzzy, speaking of being back, are you going to be back? I know you're going on the damaged vehicle policy clock. Are you going to be able to come back on the track, or are you done for in the 97?
I believe I will probably be done for. It's about 16 more minutes of required repairs.
Oh, wow.
So I'll probably just, the whole night just kind of snowballed from, I flipped the strategy in stage 1, and then was doing good for about 2 laps, and we know how that turned out. And then just playing catch up since. But I think I'm probably done. Probably just gonna keep watching the broadcast y'all doing. Y'all got me cracking up with all the wrestling and 90 references.
Oh yeah,
race long.
Step into a Slim Jim. Yeah.
Yep. So, and I'll probably jump in and watch my teammates, see if they can get it done, and be back next week ready for some better result.
Hey, Buzzy, thanks, man. That's the 7th caution, by the way, presented by Serve Pro, and that's Buzzy Mongold. He sounds like he's out of the race. We're going to take a break. 25 to go with the TLC Incorporated 250, and we come back for the finish, hopefully, when we return from Pocono.
Hey, Bob Carter with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. Talk to you soon.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Welcome back as we close in on 25 laps to go. Phil to come back to that TLC Incorporated restart zone, and we got the TLC garage area also getting filled up with cars as well. Okay, so Steven, before the restart, one of the things that he said was, I'm looking at about 16 minutes of time before I'm able, if you will, to get back out of the racetrack. Can you elaborate to our audience as we come back to the TLC restart zone, the resumption of this race with 25 to go with, of course, Bruce Holmes up in front, back to green, what that means, basically?
Well, if he was able to, if he wanted to sit there and wait for the repairs, he'd end up about 8-9 laps farther down everybody else than if, personally, I would go back out because that's more points you can get. Oh, we got another wreck into turn one.
Boy, yeah, we do. Trouble. My.
The 211 and one other I can't see.
Caution out again. Look at this. This right now, Joshua Corner and others are pulling away. Sounds like a 4-wide incident and nowhere to go for some of these guys. Oh boy, Joshua Corner, Michael Larch, and others. Let's watch the replay here and see how it went down, Stephen, and then I'll let you elaborate more of what we were talking about.
Ahead.
The 11. Alzewski already spun. So something happened to the 11 of Andrew Alzewski, our buddy out of Rockford, Illinois, before we saw Larch and others wrecking. Here it is. 51 on the inside, the 40 with a bump on Alzewski. Cody Knott weaseled through, and then everyone else got into him. Wow. That's how Joshua Corner and Michael Larch got collected as well with Alzewski. Here's another look at it again, Steven. Set it up for us, boss.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas Tomlinson got into the back of Alzewski pretty hard, too.
Wow, the 17 was so lucky to get through. I mean, Brandon Bullock just inches from getting collected in that wreck, Steven.
Yeah, and that also collected Joshua Corner there in the 16. I don't know what happened that would bring that car down into Alzewski like that. I mean, that was kind of weird. I'd have to see it from up above.
So another yellow flag coming out. Oh boy, another look at it again.
Yeah, the 40 just got into Alzewski and turned him, hit him pretty hard in the rear, booted him out of the way, it looked like.
And the conversation chat was definitely heated. I want to say it was interesting, not anybody mad, but definitely the conversation was is hey, what happened here? Look at another angle of it again, and it just looked like simply another racing deal as we go back under the caution flag yet again. Any guys coming to the pit lane, or you think we're kind of set with what they have pitting right now for the race, Stephen, for the finish?
Well, I think some of these guys might go in just to top off the ones that might be a little questionable on fuel. But I think most everybody pitted that last caution flag, so they should be good.
Not Tristan. Tristan pitted back in lap 59. Matthew.
Yeah, looking at some of the names 60. Here. Tristan Bruce up in front. He pitted at lap 59. Matthew Garrett lap 60. Jeff Merck lap 73. Then other guys pitted. Holmes on 59. Reeves on lap 60. Maybe they come down pit road. Maybe not. I don't know. And then, of course, Clapper, Cofield, Barker, and others, they all came down pit road from 6th on back, Stephen, around lap 73, or all exactly on lap 73. So
yeah, Jeff Merck should be okay with fuel. All those guys that pitted on 73 should be good to go. Some of these others right around lap 60, that I would say that's kind of questionable whether they can get to the checkered flag or not.
I was wondering if they think that they're going to be able to have this race finished without a caution or going to overtime, if you will. So 1 to go indication being given. They are going to double up and get racked for the choose rule inside and outside. We'll get ready to go back for the restart in just a moment. This is the NASRA Cup Series. Let's go ahead and throw it out there on the screen if you don't mind, Mr. Biggles, Dean Hopton. Of course, big thanks to TLC Incorporated. Thanks also to Premier Racing Setups. We'll wait for the... Oh, nothing. I was just mentioning, you already had it up there. 7th caution, 8th caution of the night. Showing up the top 10 as you see them now reshuffled. With Tristan Bruce up in front. There you go. See that ugly guy with a headset on? I'm Wesley. The guy that looks like a security guard. That's the Viking. Stephen Bartlett. He's my security.
Security guard for the 16th century Vikings, yes.
And Dean Hopton, when are you ever going
Sorry, I can't hear you, Wesley. The cars are really loud. Sorry.
Don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. Yeah. When are you gonna show what you look like? You know, you always show what we look like. You're supposed to show what you look like.
I'm not the commentator. I'm the producer. Producers don't have to put their pictures up. That's a golden rule.
Technically, Stephen Bartlett, he is a commentator, right? I mean, he does call races, and he does call races with us in the booth. So you just lost 2 times folds, Dean Bartlett. You have to, if you will, Dean Hopton, unveil what you look like eventually. Yeah. We're back to the TLC restart zone. We'll unveil the sprinklers again, and we're back to green. TLC Inc. for more details on lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, and more. Go time here at Pocono. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, Stephen, I got a feeling NASRA Chaos is on the horizon, don't you?
Oh, yeah. We're approaching that 20 to go, and then especially once we get inside 10 to go, then it'll really come out then.
NASRA Chaos.
Looking like we're going to try and have another new winner for 5th or 6th race in a row now. Unless Jeff Merck comes up and passes to everybody. He's had a strong car tonight. Him and exactly Ryan right. Johnson also. Ryan Johnson back there currently in 9th, 10th.
Closing in on the Premier Racing setups, 20 to go. Big thanks to them as we'll go side by side. There's Jeff Merck. Yeah, there you go. Boy, he's on the wheel trying to run down Mr. Bruce for the lead. He's on the inside. By the way, thanks to Premier Racing Setups. We're at the Premier Racing Setups, 20 to go. Road setups. Yes, dirt, pavement, late models, modified sprint cars, midgets, pavement, late models, super late models, street stocks, and more. Short tracks, NASCAR for Cup Xfinity trucks. One-on-one coaching. And, of course, iRacing setup requests and passes. Much more. Premier Racing setups from top setup builders. Mention NASRA. Get 15% off of your order, and 15% goes back into the company as well for NASRA.
So,
boy,
Jeff,
four wide. Oh, Jeff. Man, guys. Hold it together, Steven. And a quick apology there as well on the driver chat, Steven.
Yes. Jeff Merck took the lead back there in turn 2 as they're getting ready to come back into turn 2 again. And he just blew by Tristan Bruce and now has a half a second lead already.
Blew his doors off, if you will. We've heard of that expression before, Dean Hopton, and that's exactly what happened. He stand on it.
I think that's Tristan Bruce because he's got 20 lap differences in either tyres or gasoline is going to be under a massive attack from Ryan Johnson right now too, who's also boxed back on lap 73 when Jeff Merck did. So I think if anything, Jeff Merck's looking good, looking safe for this one, 18 go. But Ryan Johnson, if he can get past Tristan Bruce here, he's got to hunt down the Merckster, and then he can get the job done. And Lucas is going for the OT right now. Keep an eye out for Keith Bradley in the background. Going for 2-for-1 special on poor Tristan Bruce, who may just have to lift, guys. He may have to just coast this one home because he's going to have to pit under the green flag conditions as Bradley goes into the fence.
And we still stay green.
And if you'll remember, Ryan Johnson started back there in 9th at this last restart. So he's already gained 8 spots and hunting for that 9th one, trying to take the lead from Jeff.
Closing in, under 20 to go here at Pocono, the tricky triangle. What is it going to entail? The racing.
Oh, we got a car around.
We got a caution. Trouble. It is yellow flag. Number 9. It's Bullock around in 17.
Another one into those water barrels is getting a lot of entrance for the pit lane. So I'll tell you what, you want to get your fold-up chair and sit there with your popcorn. That's been the hot signs this evening.
Bullock around, another caution.
Ooh, look at that car dog track. I can't tell who came down into him, that glare off the roof.
Oh, looks like Coalfield.
Oh boy, there it is.
Coalfield, yeah.
And then of course he rebounded back into.
Well, the 51 got into the Cofield machine first. That's Brian Chew. Brian Chew into Cofield and sent Bullock in the grass. And nowhere to go for our buddy Cody Knott. And then slammed into by Nicholas Tomlinson Chevrolet in the 40. Wow.
So
boy,
who do you want to go back here?
The 40, hands down, the 40.
Yeah, let's have a look at the 40. That's Nicholas.
Watch this.
He's got nowhere to go through this accident road, doesn't he?
That happened ahead of it.
Yeah. Bang. Oh. That's going to hurt.
And I don't understand why he didn't go high, because he had plenty of time. He had to seen it.
Let's go back to live, gentlemen, because we got important pit stops happening right now, and that's Tristan Bruce. We kind of suspected had to go on pit road, and will go into pit road. For some reason, my camera's all gone messed up there. Ooh, Tristan, get
Pit stops are happening.
It will be a drag race on the restart in that TLC Incorporated restart zone. Ryan Johnson and Jeff Merck will both be up front. Jeff Merck currently holding the lead.
Rocking and rolling into the end of this one here as drivers are on pit road. 16 laps to go as another Serve Pro caution coming out. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration as more drivers are on pit lane. Oh, it's getting down to the end of it here. Merck, Johnson, Bradley, Viel, Clapper, top 5. Chew, Richards, Cofield, Walton, and Trotter, the top 10. Race far from over, might I add as well, Stephen. It is not done one iota, and it's about to get good, I think.
Yeah, right now they've got 16 to go. I'm guessing it'll probably be about 14 to go when they go back to green. And, of course, get inside that 10 laps. I don't think Jeff Merck and Ryan Johnson will be touchable. The battles will be happening behind them for that top 10.
So we will get ready to try to go back to green again. Here's a look at the point standings leading into tonight's event. Remember, you get a win and you're in the postseason. You see a guy like Brandon Bullock, who was involved in an accident a moment ago. So was Josh Corner, Leslie Mongold, guys on the outside of the cutoff line in the top 20. And it sounds like there's some interesting things going on between somebody in the 48 of Richards in our in-car audio here, Stephen, that we're hearing. And it sounds like some other guys are saying, hey, man, you know, I'm not the only one that did it. There's been some other bumping and banging under caution, but the race director said, hey, you're borderline from getting a penalty here.
So, will we have Jeff Merck's second win of the season, or are we going to have another new winner in Ryan Johnson? Chaos time's about to begin.
That's about to, yeah. So you're predicting chaos now. You think it's time for chaos?
Like I said, I think Jeff Merck and Ryan Johnson are pretty much untouchable. It's everybody behind them from 3rd back to 10th that will be fighting and to get into that top 10 along with 11th through probably 13th.
Yeah, and it sounds like some of these guys are being told, do not be hitting people under the caution flag. I don't blame them, though. You can't do that, Stephen, right? I mean, you don't want to wreck people's cars, especially under the yellow flag.
No, you don't. That's a good way to make enemies. But yeah, I think that NASRA Chaos is going to be somewhere between the 3rd place car and the 13th place car, as everybody are going to be fighting to either stay or get up into that top 10 for them points.
Ready to settle it here, possibly at Pocono. We're back to green.
Jeff Merck jumps into the lead and immediately goes up and blocks Ryan Johnson. Bradley underneath Greg Vielle coming into turn 1.
Everyone off of 2. Or off of turn 1 heading to turn 2 down that straightaway. This is the long, if you will, back straightaway at Pocono. Down into the tunnel turn. There goes, of course, now the Suss machine. Sergeant Joshua Suss. His Toyota, the driver, Tiny Horse from Salem, Wisconsin, Ryan Johnson. He's in the cockpit. He's trying to sweep all 3 stages if he can get it done. Thundering off turn 4. What turn 4? Coming to turn 3, down to the line. 13 to go. You're on board with Ryan Johnson from the right rear wheel. And there it goes, of course. Mark reeling him in as they go into turn 1.
And keep an eye out for Greg as well, too, gentlemen. He's up 12 places here, and he's right on the back of the animal, Keith Bradley. And there's a little bit of a gap further back to Brian Chu. So this is it. If he wants to do anything right now, 13 to go, he has to strike while the iron's hot.
Right down. Whoa, contact, guys. Bradley loose. Bradley sideways. Bradley saved it. Holy hell. What a job. What a job by the Lawrenceburg, Indiana 2-time Cops Truck Series champion of NASRA. Look at Bradley. He only lost 2 spots, Stephen, off of that incident, and still keeps going in the top 5.
And there might be a little payback.
Here comes Merck, and there's a caution.
Oh, caution is out. The looks like the 57, Jacob Reeves.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy, Jacob Reeves in trouble. Front straightaway, Jacob Reeves. And another car, Alzuski is crab walking, if you will. He is cattywampus crab walking down the front straightaway in the FedEx 11. Caution out again. Wow.
Brian Chu up above Jacob Reeves.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. 14 came down into Chu, came down into Reeves, and Reeves was the one that got the bad end, bad end of the deal.
Yeah. Man, that's got to be frustrating.
14 is Bobby Grant.
Yeah, we'll go back and have a look at Bobby Grant in a moment, everybody. Who gets to, unless he gets an end-of-line penalty, he's going to walk away from this one. There it is. So it's a 14 started. It's 14 into the 51, wasn't it? I think, anyhow. And then to the 57. And that's all she wrote. Also, 14... how does it affect Andrew? Andrew also comes out. Andrew's all by himself. He's lost it here, I think, just coming to the scene of the crime. And Oh, he's already crab walking before that. Hendricks is driving this car like it is, gentlemen. He didn't get involved in that.
Yeah, he's trying to he's staying out there to get points. I mean, get all the points that he can.
Retract my previous statement then. My bad.
So, yeah, the 14th Bobby Grant and the 14, he got the EOL. Yeah, Alzewski's out there. He's just trying to get points. You know, he can pass up some of these guys that are laps down, gain some spots, and with that you gain some points, and that's a good thing. That's what I try to do if I can. I try to get back out there on the track.
And remember, you got to remember the driver out of Rockford, Illinois, Andrew Alzewski, has already picked up a win. No, I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. My apologies. He is right now 6th in the point standing. So, Alzewski, any points that you can get is definitely important. I think that's the reason why you're crab walking around the racetrack right now, trying to finish what you can, but 10 to go.
Yeah, pretty much. My steering wheel is about 90 degrees to the right when I'm going down the straight, so just trying to keep it on the track and see if anyone else wants to wreck out and I can pass them.
Now, are you coming down pit road? Can you go on the damaged vehicle policy clock? Can you try to get some time back to try to fix your car, or is it kind of the way it's going to be for the remainder of the night?
We'll see. I think when I came in first, it was about 9 minutes of damage, so not obviously great, but not too bad.
Gotcha. Well, we'll let you go. That's Andrew Alzewski, crab walking down on the Pocono Raceway to try to finish this event. The driver 6th in the point standings. Consistency. There you go. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to make it to the playoffs, much less to try to be a champion. We'll step away, and we'll be back with the finish after the break.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
9 laps to go. Welcome back to Pocono Raceway as the TLC Incorporated 250 nears the home stretch. I'm Wesley Outland, Stephen Bartlett alongside. Biggles Dean Hopton on the broadcast as well. Commentary, I don't care what he says, and production. His face needs to be on the screen. Anyhow.
Wesley, the Outback Outland. Yes. That's what we were
I
discussing,
knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Outback. And you live in Australia, really? I mean, pardon the pun.
We need nicknames for Wesley out there, so shout out in the live chat what you want.
Oh, wow.
Outlanders up there?
Yeah, Outlander.
Outlander.
Wesley's outspoken in his field,
That's
Outland. Yeah. As a great commentator, he's outspoken for himself, as how great he is. There you go. There's plenty of other things you can come up with.
I'll be with you tomorrow night as well. So, you know, I've got to start picking jabs at you how to change your name. Dean, Zine. No correction.
Beanie,
Hashtag
weenie,
fake
martini,
news.
zucchini.
We don't know what you look like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna start calling him Mandini because he keeps calling me Stevie.
Beanie, weenie, zucchini. Yeah, I mean, you know, I had an ex-girlfriend with a couple of kids, and they used to call me Deanie all the time. So that's what they got green there.
Back to the TLC restart zone. Back to green. 8 to go at Pocono. I will never, ever say that again. Oh, wow. Look at this. Johnson in the lead. Excuse me. Weatherholt, Bonsai, VL on the inside. VL almost into Merck. Chew up high in his Toyota. They throw the block. They bonsai off of one another as they go back into two.
Brian Chew up above Jeff Merck, trying to get that second spot away from him, or the third spot, I guess.
Look at Ron's going.
And now Jeff Merck trying to get around the 56 of Greg Vielle.
And somehow, and look at Tiffany, Bo Tiffany, and the 29, I believe, is Bradley. They almost got into one another, and he's in the grass. Bo Tiffany spins off turn 4. Bottom of the apron, caution out. With 7 to go here at Pocono. I could see that coming.
It's the same place, isn't it, gentlemen? You need to get your little fold-up chair, your popcorn right there, exit of turn 3.
Let's back it up a little bit further, see how he ended up down there.
The chat is
the
blowing
19.
up in chat saying he better be expected to be driven the same way whenever the favor is returned. And then quickly, Justin White, our race director, point blank and said, no, this is not the place. This is not the time. If you want to complain about it, do it after the race. You're not going to do it in driver chat. If we could just get these guys to work on their language, I think we could be able to get these guys on a broadcast to kind of let you hear what goes on behind the scenes. But, boy, they got to be good little boys and girls, and I just don't think we've reached that level yet, Stephen.
Yeah, Matthew Garrett